Hi, I'm Ali and welcome to the China Repair Studio. And so today I was going to show you a continuation of our cockerel here. And in my last tutorial I did actually fix on some missing pieces, and I'm going to milliput the cracks. But unfortunately, as well as that, we have had, unfortunately, an accident with his head. And I think I did say in my last tutorial that he is very, very susceptible to breakages. You just have to touch him and he breaks. And so his cone is in a bit of a state. Just broke off. I'm going to blame it on an animal, a dog. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you, first of all, how to fill the cracks in here with the milliput, and I'm going to use a combination of colours. And then after that, if you'd like to stay a little bit more towards the end, I'm going to show you how I would glue his cone back onto his head. So before I do though, if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe, please like, and also please share. Right, so here we are with our poor cockerel here, and what I'm going to do first is fill in some of these cracks, and also he does have a missing feather here, a little piece just here. We're going to just make a little extra piece here. Now what I'm going to use for this is my good old trusted milliput, and it's the superfine white, which is my go-to, to be honest. Now I would just like to say that I'm not sponsored in any way at all with Milliput, but I use their products all the time. They're easy to sand and they come in a variety of colours. There are other ways you can use other sort of forms, but I do like good old Milliput. So what I'm going to do is mix Milliput, and we're going to use the superfine, but apart from just being white, I'm also today going to show you how to make colour combinations with it. And I have here the Milliput Standard, which tends to be more of a yellow colour, and I have started mixing some together. So for instance, I just want to show you, this is the superfine white, which you can see is quite light, and this colour is the Standard, which is quite yellow. And I have made a little ball up and I've mixed the two to make this colour, and as you can see, this is the mixture of the two colours. I did probably 2/3 of the white colour, and I mixed it and made it into a ball, and then I mixed in just about 1/3 of the yellow, the Standard colour. So what you do first, for instance, I would get the Milliput Superfine White, and you just want to take just a little bit, so I'll just show you as a demonstration. You want to make sure it's folded in. So with the blue packet, you just want a tiny little bit, and I just tend to roll it in a ball because you can see the cut, you can see the size of it easier. And then I would take the other part, again, roll it into a ball, and then you just want to compare. As you can see, that's slightly smaller, so I'll put it together and just add a tiny bit more. That's better. So I've added a little bit more. I'm just going to combine those together. And then while that's combining, I'm just going to get out the Milliput Standard. Now this is definitely more of a yellow colour, and obviously we don't want it too yellowy, so we're just going to use just a little bit. So again, you'd want to combine the Standard first, so just take a little bit of this one with the blue packet, again roll into sort of a sort of ball, and then take the other packet and roll that into a small ball, and hopefully it's the same size, slightly bigger, so I'll take a little bit off and then just add it too, and then you want to combine those together. It doesn't take long to combine. Right, so once we've combined both the colours together, what I did was I actually added just a tiny bit of the yellow combination in with the white. And you know, you can do this with all the colours with the with Milliput. And I'm sure there are other brands on the market which, you know, you can do the same. So you're not actually restricted to just the colour in the box. You can mix and match so you can get the right shade for you. So obviously depending on your item. So as you can see here, mix that in well together. And obviously just add a bit of colour each time. I'd start with the lighter and keep adding a piece of dark, of the darker tone. So you can see that's a different colour and it kind of matches and blends in better. If I wanted a slightly more yellowy tone, I could also add in a bit of terracotta if, you know, I just wanted a different colour combination. But you're not, as I say, restricted just to the basic colours. You can mix and match them. Right, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to actually fill in 1 or 2 cracks. Now what I'm going to do is I've got my one I've already done, colour combination, and I'm going to let's find a crack here. So I'm just going to show you this crack here. So you want to find, I've got a tool here and it's flat. If you don't have anything like this, you could use something such as a small palette knife or even a cocktail stick. You know, it may not be, you know, flat, but you can still dig into. You can also use your nails. But this is it's got a slight bend to it, and you know, it's the perfect size for me. So I want to take just a little bit of our Milliput combination. And I would just then look at my piece here and I would just gently put it on. Now you want to make sure it's completely filled inside the void. Obviously these cracks are pretty deep, so you want to make sure it is well and truly in, and you also want the Milliput to be protruding out slightly so it's easy to sand. So keep doing that. If you wanted to, you could always, for instance, make a slight sausage shape if you find that easier. So for instance, you could make a sausage shape here and you can just work alongside the crack and just gently press it in with our finger, which actually is probably working quite well on this. Don't always need the tool, or you could always use the tool to just, you know, flatten off so it's not too straight. And you want to blend some onto your original here, ready for sanding. So just do a little bit on this side and then we'll make an extra piece. So again, take a piece here. You could either trowel it on if you like with your implement, or you can make your sausage. I think we'll make the sausage again. So another piece here. And where was it? Which bit did we do? Trying to find him now. Ah, okay, he was there. So we just want to find where the crack is and just gently press right in to the void, and I can move it along a bit. Make sure it's all done there. There's no cracks. Just a tiny bit there. And I would just keep going through and going through, filling in. Now Milliput takes around, I would leave it a good 12 hours for it to actually cure and to harden. So, you know, there's no rush. So I'd say you can use fingers. And then once I've done that one, I then work on the other missing pieces. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to make a little piece here. Now, if it was a really large area with a large surface area, a piece missing, I would first of all apply some Araldite glue. But because it's quite a small break, I'm just going to use the Milliput straight on, and it does tend to sort of hold in place. So we've got a piece here. Again, I always like to roll in balls first, so I can get an idea of size. And I'm just going to place it on the piece. Again, you want to work out so you're actually, so when it comes to sanding, you can blend it in. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure that it's completely over with no edges. So I've made a piece there. Right, so again, after that part, I will take the last piece of sellotape off here, and I will be finishing off the other pieces, but we would be here for quite a while. So I just want to quickly get onto my next section, which I'm just going to move slightly, is the cone here. Now what I'm going to do, I can see it goes on there, and he will stay pretty, he's almost there, and I would tilt him and do stuff, but for the case of today I just want to show you how I would glue him on with the Scotch tape. So again, I've got just an old bottle top, and I've got my Araldite. This is the slow setting, slow curing Araldite, and it's quite a large surface, so probably that amount. So use that one. Always again put the lid straight on so it doesn't dry out, and then the black one there, and then we just add this too. I do prefer the slow drying curing ones because they do tend to, you've got wiggle time if you like, so you've got plenty of time to adjust things, rather than, you know, if it's completely, you've got a few seconds and it's a bit of a panic. So with a cocktail stick, I'm just going to mix it. Now the next stage isn't necessary, you don't have to, but I am going to apply some titanium dioxide powder. A little bit goes a long way, so I just want to show you there. You don't need very much. If you put too much in, it does tend to weaken the glue, so just a little bit there. And what this does, it actually stops the glue from, you know, going yellow, which it does over time. So once we've done that, we then want to take some water actually, and just on this part, so I'm just going to put some water on there and a little bit on here, and I'm doing that for a reason, because it's pottery and it's so dry and porous that it will actually help the glue hold together better. It's not necessary, but I prefer to do that. I wouldn't do it on porcelain, but if I have a piece which is very, very dry and porous, I will. You don't need very much, it doesn't have to be soaking, and just with my hand, with, you know, a cup of water, you just want to just dab on, and it literally just, it dries literally as I'm putting it on. Obviously if you're in a hot country, it's going to dry even quicker. Now when we apply the glue, you never ever want to apply the glue on both parts. For instance, if you put glue on here and glue on here and you put it on, both the glues will almost want to pull apart, so you only ever glue one side, and then it will adhere a lot easier. So I'm going to glue the main part. So here we are, we've got our glue here. As I've said previously, having pottery, it is so brittle, it breaks so easy, and all you have to do is just nudge it and you've got another break. And unfortunately this poor cockerel has had so many breaks on her, well, him, but you know, it's fine, it's all part of his life and history. Now you want to make sure that the glue is completely covered. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want the glue seeping out everywhere, but you do want to make sure that it's completely covered over. Make sure it's in all those little nooks and crannies. Right, I'm just going to take a couple of pieces of the Scotch tape, which I prefer Scotch tape to sellotape because it doesn't leave such a residue. We'll just do a couple to begin with. Right, and then we'll just take our cone here and we're going to, let's have a look. Let's find the right way first and place him on. And it's quite a good fit, so as you can see, he's lost lots of bits. And you want to just gently press. Make sure that if there's any surplus glue, you can wipe it down with a damp cloth. Just press, press, press. A slight bit of kitchen roll here. Just wipe that down. And we can keep coming back to him and we can keep pressing him down. Obviously, I'm going to be putting little tips on here. I'll probably just add some Milliput onto that. So we want to take, once it's in place, we want to take our tape here and you just want to hold it in one and then fold over just a little part on the end and then push it to. This way it's very easy to take it off as well and you'll find the end. And I'm just going to do the other side again. You know, just make a little fold. You don't have to do two ends, just one. And then just push down and then just pull it so you get a nice tight fit. So there we are, our poor cockerel, hopefully on the mend. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please subscribe, please like and please share. He's obviously in the wars, but we will get him looking as good as new by the end. And yeah, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Okay, and I'll see you next week on the next one. Okay, bye.